and data security is something that people don't like to talk about, and data loss prevention and so forth. I often find when I work with certain types of clients, it's the last thing they want to talk about, right? Because it's boring. It's so
Yeah.
like I tell a lot of people, sometimes cyber is very boring, but it's also very important. Looking at what's in place now, which is more than, in your opinion, more secure? Would you say your social security number? And here are your options. What is more secure?
Okay.
Your social security number, nuclear blueprints. All right.
Oh.
And I'm not just limiting to, the explosive parts, but let's think about any kind of, related ICBM parts, or it doesn't even have to be intercontinental, any missile stuff, right? We'll say missile blueprints, your SIM, or I don't know, like a Waffle House menu. What's more? Yeah. Tell me, what's most secure
What's
there?
more
Oh, you
secure
know what?
between those four?
I'll even say, and I'll add one in there, the Coca-Cola formula.
Oh,
The Coca-Cola formula is the most secure.
yeah, 100%.
I
of
know.
all of
Why
it,
is
yeah.
the Coca-Cola formula more closely regarded than our social security numbers and our
Because
key SIM information?
Because it's protected by a private company. That's why. That has patent law, P law, like all the legal mechanisms you can think of.
Fun fact,
I'll
they've
tell you
never
a story.
patented the formula because they don't want
Oh,
to tell
really?
anyone.
They haven't.
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that
haven't
makes
had to.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I'll tell you a story, right? Like, because you mentioned the nuclear stuff. Have you guys ever heard of the STAR Treaty? You familiar with that?
Yes.
It was
No. It's been
okay.
forever. Go ahead. Explain.
Yeah, so it's essentially a treaty between us and Russia that allows us to do monitoring of the other country's nuclear assets, right? On certain bases and certain things, right? And so you talk about nuclear missiles, and we'll go back to being on a submarine here, guys. I know you're excited about that. So the way every 2 years we would have Russian nuclear people, I don't know what their titles were, come over to the United States. We would have to cordon off pieces of the submarine on the top side where you flip the top open, right? You look down and there's the missiles, right? Every 2 years, they would come over and they would stand there for 2.5, 3 hours and stare at our nuclear weapons or the tubes. There were no nuclear weapons in there, but they would stare at the tubes and go, I wonder what's going on here, right? So like on your list there, Frank, like the nuclear
I think they're
stuff,
letting the
I
Russians
think
come
is
stare at Coke.
exactly, right? And I would almost put like some of this nuclear stuff on the same level as your social security number. That may be a little bit extreme, right? But like I don't think people realize how much of that stuff is out there, right? Like in truth, like nuclear technology, it's not that complicated. It's complicated, but you go read a couple
Eisenhower did
Wikipedia
give away a lot
articles.
of it in the 50s when he
Yeah,
was
and
talking about making he gave away the whole nuclear
yeah,
secret.
go read
I
some
think-
Wikipedia articles, and a smart person would be able to go, oh, that makes sense. Then they would do this, then they would do this, then they would do that, right? So
I think that somebody recently fooled an LLM into helping them build a nuclear bomb or reactor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think they put that information, like they did prompt engineering. So meaning that that information is open source, because if an LLM can get to it, then whoever can get to it.
Or somebody from the NERC has uploaded documents into ChatGPT accidentally.
There you go. There was some
Anyways,
kind of data
gosh.
leakage. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well,
anyways, yeah.
On that note of nuclear attacks and the ability to, we are not endorsing any research. We're not endorsing any of that.
No.
But we